I'm back. I am back. I ain't live, but I'm back. You dig? I'm back, y'all, man. Hey, look, man. Y'all know I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Everything long week, man. It's just been a long week for me, man. I really been at it on the truck. That's why I didn't bring record nothing on the truck, man. It's been really ripping and running this week, man. Shit, I think I had close to 3,300 miles this week. 33, like just about 3,300 miles this week by my damn self. So pull over, tired, eat, shower, sleep, and that's just how it goes out there, man. It's really tough. And I mean, you can see that if you follow any truck drivers out there, man. But shoot, man, it's been a long week, man. Seen a little bit of everything. And then I had the nerve to get stuck. So I had to drop off a trailer at one point in time, and it was just a big block of ice. I mean, the ice. This is no exaggeration. I wish I was. There's landing gears right on our trailers. That's what keeps the trailers up when we're not connected to them. Is the landing gear, and the landing gear was buried about underneath this much a sheet of ice, like that thick. The ice was probably about that thick, and I don't know why I got the landing gear free. And I don't, and, I'm a vet at this, but I don't know what made me want to back up to the damn trailer. And I'm thinking like maybe I'll have just enough room for my drive tires, which were the ones that's in the front underneath the trailer. Those are your drive tires. The stair tires are, of course, in the front. But anyhow, I'm just explaining to people who may not know truck, right? So I back in and I'm on a sheet of ice, so I'm just so my tires are just spinning out. I mean, you know what I mean? There's no grip on them at all. So I had to call a wrecker. So you know what I mean? Had to let the company know, call a wrecker. And I'm supposed to be doing a drop and hook. So I'm supposed to be home. I've been supposed to been home, you know what I'm saying? Friday night, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't schedule shows or anything, because had I did schedule a show, I probably would have I've remixed it. You know what I'm saying? I don't got my equipment. I gotta still gotta drive the truck to get home. You know what I mean? So that cuts into a lot of time. And I'm like, man, good thing I didn't schedule, a lab or anything, but it's just how that cookie crumbles sometimes when you out here, right? It's this is how it works, man. But nonetheless, I definitely did. It took me a couple hours. I was took about 4 hours for them to get there, pull me out. He wasn't upset that he had to pull me out of the spot, because he's pulling me out of, he's like, man, this ain't that bad. But the company that I was, picking up the empty trailer from and dropping the trailer in the spot, they were like, well, we can't shovel there, we can't get underneath there. But I'm like, y'all not even salting it. You know what I mean? I didn't even put no salt underneath that. At least you could do is put some salt underneath that motherfucker to prevent, you know what I'm saying? It getting that bad under there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's crazy. It was like a damn hockey rink under there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, it was like a hockey rink. So if you out there talking ish, then puck you too, motherfucker. Like, that's just what it is. But it just, and that took like all of my day Friday, right? And I was like, man, should have been at the crib yesterday. I'm like, yeah, but it is what it is. But I'm here, man, nonetheless, and I'm gonna work, because that's what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on and off. Just got back. Probably about to be moving soon. Hell, hate moving, man. Stories is the worst, but got a lot of things going on. Took a L today. Babies lost. I don't even feel like we lost. You know what I'm saying? I really don't feel like we lost the game, man. I really honestly don't. Don't feel like we lost that game at all, man. Today, by two, nonetheless, which is like even worse. But they were way more talented than us. Way more. Because it's a team game, basketball is, right? And two kids that are that are like five, you know what I mean? They tall, but we did good guarding them, and we did good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was a. I hate to say it, because I don't believe in a moral victory type kind of thing. Everybody get a trophy type of deal, but look, today was definitely a moral victory. Definitely coming out of that game, playing them the toughest they've been played all year. They never faced adversity. They were down at one point. Of course, you got to let everybody play in the game. And that might have came back and hurting us, having to play everybody that we had to play. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? You got to let everybody get on the floor. You know what I mean? It is what it is. This ain't the pros. You know what I mean? This is just, the little leagues of basketball. So everybody has to play. And we played everybody but the other team and then the other parents went crazy because I mean I get it, it's hard to sub them in and sub them out, but I always make it like a little roll sheet of who I'm putting in and putting out, put tally marks to make sure everybody gets their equal playing time. You paying your money to see a child play, win or lose, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. And if we lose the game, then other parents know like we lost because your kid went. It's kind of funny, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like you know what the deal is, you know what I mean? But a good game is a good game nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Like you would win or lose. But I felt like we pulled it off today, man. I'm so proud of them, man. They fought, man. They was so tired, man. They was holding their guts coming out of the game. You know what I'm saying? When I was subbing them in and out, it was to the point where one of my guys who probably one of my kids who get the more minutes, he didn't even want to go back in the game. He was like, it's like, coach, I can't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't do it. Like, I was like, yeah, that's cool. Cause he played hard. You know what I mean? They played very hard, man. They played so tough today, man. Wind up using a timeout. Never seen it be that serious because it's more of a fundamental type of league. It's really not for a freaking it's really not, you know what I'm saying, for wins or losses. They do keep track of that. They keep track of the score and you know what I mean, but it's more developmental, fundamental. Now, next year would be the third grade level, and that's when it really starts being school ball. Like, you know what I mean? They call it fouls, you pressure in the inbounds, things like that. Like they got like probably like 6 uncontested points from us because you have to allow them to inbound the ball without pressuring either the passer or guarding the player. So you have to give them a free pass in the inbound. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff like that distracts them. And they got 6 points off of that. So 6 uncontested points like that. You know what I mean? You do the math. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm proud of my squad, man. You know what I mean? I think we came out with the victory, man. Nonetheless, because they played very hard. And like I said, 6 uncontested points like that, gotta let that slide. But I think we got to do a better job with the whole youth sport and program. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we think our babies and our kids don't know a lot, and they do, man. Because I tell you what, I had 3 kids that knew how to dribble and shoot the ball. And when it first started, I got 9 kids in total, so I got 6 kids that didn't know how to dribble, didn't know how to shoot a ball, never played basketball at all. 6 of them on my squad, right? And they all know how to dribble. They all know how to play defense. They all know how to shoot. And I'm proud of that. You know what I'm saying? And the whole league was like, well, they were laughing at me because they know how good my kid is. I'm not trying to toot my horn, but they know how good my kid is. And they're like, well, it's your kid. And I'm like, nah, the team's gonna be ready. And now everybody's like, wow, we're one of the best teams in the league. And they're like, you did a great job. And I'm like, that's because I didn't baby them. I taught them these things that y'all didn't think that y'all, they can be taught. You know what I mean? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I know they're young and they have to have fun while they're doing drills, but that's why you got to make everything a game. You know what I'm saying? For them, you got to keep them intrigued. Everybody got short attention spans, so it has to be a game the way that you're developing them. How can I make a developmental skill into a game to keep them intrigued? You know what I'm saying? That's even with some adults. A lot of adults don't work out because it's not because you're working out, it's because it's boring. You know what I'm saying? But that's why they came up with the Peloton, so you can create competition and those visual bikes where you can ride and you can virtually see yourself going far on a bike or getting coins and stuff like that, because that helps some adults. Some adults are like that out here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a fact. And some people are like that, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, they had fun and they developed skills, and we are the best defensive team in the league, which is crazy because, like I said, we got so I added a other couple that can shoot, but he can shoot and dribble a ball because his dad taught him how. But 2 only played basketball before, you know. 2, so it's a very good learning experience for me because it's the first time that I've coached in this league. Not the first time I coached, but in this particular league, it's the first time. But I think that they should start calling more calls. You know what I mean? They made this game very uh where you can't block, you can't steal dribbles, You can still passing, you know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that. And it's like they're not going to learn if they can't do it. You know what I mean? Because I've taught them how to shield themselves, how to go into a triple threat type of stance, you know what I mean? How to back down, how to box out, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And they're like, how did you teach them all of that in a week? You know what I mean? It's a game. They don't even know they know that stuff. You know what I mean? They don't even know that it's that. You know what I'm saying? Just yet. I had to tell them, you know what I mean? That's what that is afterwards. They didn't even know what that was, but they learned it. You know what I mean? And that's all. Yeah, it's a cool thing to talk about. And I know sometimes it bores people talking about the youth sports and everything else, but I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show that not only do I come out here and I complain about certain things with the youth and complain about sports being the way they are. So when I do, just letting you know that I do put my part in and trying to change that narrative and change things like that, trying to change giving participation of trophies away. I'm not going to give a participation trophy to a team of kids that just played on the bench all season long. They just played basketball, jumped on the bench, played around, wasn't paying attention during the game, or you know what I mean? When they dig in the game, they didn't know what to do. They went to the other baskets. Like that's participation trophy. My team will get, they will all get medals regardless because they've worked so hard. They came so far. They, like I said, they didn't know anything about the sport when they got there, and now they know about the sport. They played very hard, and we're probably going to finish in the top three in this league. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and that deserves to say here's an award, here's a medal for completing the season and learning the game of basketball and working very hard while you done it. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that's how that is. And they know, and I know that they all got to go in. And I kind of play with their mind like they're not, because I do give them to, you know, I try to give them all equal playing time as far as, but I do tell them like, okay, everybody wants to go in, but when you go in, are you going to play hard? Are you going to play hard and have fun? You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. Like at that age, I got to make them fall in love with the sport. I don't want to make them hate basketball. You know what I mean? I want them to love basketball because I want them to continue doing it. Right. So are you going to play hard? You're going to have fun. You got to play your hardest. If you play your hardest, then I'll put you back in. But they're going back in anyway. But they gave them all coming off the floor, sweating, turning red, purple because their skin, you know, they hot, tired, gasping. Like that's how I like to see it. And they working hard. And that's how things should be done. And I think that we gotta ease up off of that baby and these young men, these little boys. We gotta stop babying these little boys like that, man, because it trickles off when they get older. You know what I'm saying? In sports and the way that things go, man. It really does. Believe it or not, it just happens like that. And we don't even see that out here. You know what I mean? We don't pay attention to how critical that is, you know, and and I wanted to come on here, and I didn't even mean to spend this much time talking about it, but it's just something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I believe that we all should do, because you can't complain about something being a certain way or say something about something being a certain way when you're not doing your part. You know what I mean? You could criticize me for my takes or anything that I say out here, but you're not. But or you ask yourself this. Let me ask you that: are you out there doing your part? Are you supporting a little league team? Are you sponsoring a little league team? Even if you're not coaching one, are you sponsoring one? Are you helping in your community some way to help the youth become better? You know what I mean? Because sponsors become alums. And if you know what I mean, if you sponsor 1 year, you're just a sponsor. But if you've been sponsoring that little league for the past 10 years, you now become an alum type of sponsor, to where they will, you know, listen to your suggestions when you're talking about, you know, a certain place that games should be held, or a certain rules that should be implemented. You know what I mean? And things like that, because you're a consistent donor. And not, and this game was huge because we had all the donors there. We had, you know, there's a couple of like the local state farm agency there. They sponsor a team. They a couple different car dealerships, um, like Aces Hardware store. A couple, they were all there. They were all there watching this game. And like I said, because you know they were impressed the way that I had this team ready. They're very impressed to how I had this team ready to play, and we were one of the best teams, and it was the tiebreaker game, for to finish in first, second place, and Of course, we fell short, but I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? And so did everybody else. Nobody walked off the floor with their head down. Everybody held their head held high, and a lot of the sponsors and donors and alum, you know, great game, great game, fantastic game. That was the best game we've seen. Um, and he cheated with his rotation. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play it. He didn't play everybody. Everybody on that team didn't play today, and it's a shame. But that's just the way it goes, because winning means more than actually, you know what I'm saying, making sure all them kids get out there. Like, they're paying to play. They're not. This is not a team where we tried these kids out and we picked them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did pick them from a draft, but they each and every one of them paid to play. Therefore, they deserve to get in the game and play. You don't bench them because your team is falling behind, and you don't play a kid. Like, there was a couple of kids that didn't even play. You understand what I'm saying? And that's bad. That's bad for basketball. That's bad for business, period. You got to play all your kids, and the parents let them hear it. They let them have it. You know what I'm saying? After the game, the parents were like, "What are you doing? Why didn't you play all my kids? I've seen the minutes. They didn't play. He only played them 3 minutes. Like, wow, because they sub, because we play 7 minute quarters, and they sub at 3 minutes and 30 seconds, or they'll let the game flow and they'll call it at 3 minutes, and you sub. So there's a first half of each quarter. You got 4 quarters. There's a first half of the first quarter, second half of the first quarter, second half, second quarter, first half of the second quarter, second half of the second quarter, and so on. You get what I'm saying? So they break the quarters down into 2 different quarters so you can sub. You know what I mean? It's 4 and 4. And you sub them in and out, and he didn't do that. There were certain kids that was coming back out on the floor to try to defend. You know what I mean? And I played my kid, and that's how my team got better too, by experience. And see, his kids are not experienced, and they're not ready because he don't have them ready. And that's how some coaches are. Some coaches are like that too. You know what I mean? To where they won't give them the chance. You know what I'm saying? And but they're not going to get no better sitting on a bench, even if they are horrible or they were bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna get no better sitting there. Ain't gonna get no experience. Ain't gonna know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not gonna know what to do. You got to get them out on the floor and give them some floor experience to get that experience, because they, under the bright lights, they're gonna get worse. So, and that's just what it is. Your weakest link is your strongest asset. And my weakest link now is probably one of the best defenders on the team. So therefore, that's why my team is the best defensive team in the league. Nobody took it to this team like that. You know what I mean? Nobody has. Nobody has. They walked off the floor with their head held down like they lost the game. They didn't even know they won. You know what I mean? They didn't even know they won the game. By two. And they scored on a lot of my bench. And it was tough. It was tough because, but it wasn't tough. But I can't even say it was tough because I just don't like losing. You know what I'm saying? Rather, no matter what it is, but neither do they. But it was, like I said, it was a moral victory because everybody played their hardest and nobody felt like they lost. My kids was jumping up and down after the game. They ain't care. Did we win, coach? Nah, we didn't. But it's cool. It's like, we didn't. I'm like, I looked at them too, like, nah, like, dang. It's like, it's like, whoa, oh, you know what I mean? Because everything dropped. They stopped the two best on the team. Nobody, you know what I mean? And now we got one more game left, and we're gonna play it out, man. But that's enough about me rambling on about the team. I've been going on for 20 minutes with that, but closing out, do something. I just don't come on here and complain about things being a certain way or have an opinion about something that you may not agree with, but I'm actually out here doing something. Are you? That's the question. Are you? Are you doing something about it? So next time somebody tell me that I can't speak on what I speak on, I can speak on everything I speak on because I'm actually out here putting in the footwork. Not only am I out here delivering your goods, out here driving them coast to coast, all up and down up and down the coast. You know what I mean? Midwest, everything. You know what I mean? Not only am I bringing your goods, but I'm also out here helping our youth, the people who's going to be running this country when we're old. I'm out here helping them become better boys, which leads to better young men, which leads to better men. Are you doing that? I don't think so. So, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Period. Point blank. Moving on. NFL awards. The NFL awards, man. I I have no problem or I ain't got no quarrel. I ain't got no problem with the NFL awards. I really don't. You know, when we had this discussion earlier in a year, and we talked about who was I think was gonna be the MVP, and I got it right, was Josh Allen because it's the most valuable player. The MVP is the most valuable player. And I think people have to break it down like that sometimes because you got to watch how these awards word each other. And I know Lamar Jackson, he was the most outstanding player. So let's say there is a mop. There is a MOP, most outstanding player. Does there need to be a trophy like that? Absolutely. There absolutely needs to be one of those because there needs to be a most outstanding player. There needs to be a most the best overall player. So that would be what a BAP, best overall player. There needs to be a BAP, a MOP. You know what I'm saying? Because there is like players who deserve these awards that do not get they all get put into the most valuable category, but they're not most valuable to that team. See, when you look at the Baltimore Ravens team and you say if I take Lamar Jackson off of the Ravens and I was able to put in a quarterback, right? If I could put a quarterback on that team, do they win as much other many games? I don't know. But Tyler Huntley looked pretty good. I mean, he looked horrible with the Dolphins in that particular system with the Dolphins. But when he was in that Ravens system, Tyler Huntley didn't look that bad. I actually thought, and I think that's why the Dolphins took a chance on Tyler Huntley because, I even as myself looked at him as a Steeler fan and looked at Tyler Huntley in that system and said he was good. So take Lamar Jackson from the Ravens is he the most valuable player to the Ravens? I don't think he was this year. I think I cannot say that he wasn't the most valuable player. It's close. You know what I mean? It's not far off from saying that he really wasn't because it's close to say that he was because I think he was. I'll take that back. I recant. I think he was valuable to that team, but I don't think he was the most valuable to the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I mean? I think the most valuable player to the Baltimore Ravens, to be honest, and I would say was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was the most valuable player on that team. Now, did Lamar Jackson, his stats was through the roof, like how they are almost every year. And, are we just blind to the fact that Lamar can just do that at a high level? Or are we just expecting that from Lamar Jackson? Like, oh, that's normal. No, it's not normal. It's not normal what Lamar Jackson is out there doing. It's not normal at all. But the thing is like when you looking at the situation, you like, well, you know, he's doing this every year, but Derrick Henry had what over 1,200 rushing yards. He ran for a lot of yards, and his play was valuable. So without Derrick Henry there, then Lamar Jackson is the most valuable player. You get it, as if that makes sense. If Derrick Henry's not with that team, then Lamar Jackson is the most valuable player. You get me? Um, can you say the same thing for James Cook at the Buffalo Bills? James Cook was an impact player. Yes, absolutely. He did what he had needed to do, but then you had Ty Johnson stepping up. You also had rookie Ray Davis stepping up at times. You know what I mean? So okay, so that kind of null and voids it. But if Josh Allen does not play for the Buffalo Bills offense does not look like that. You cannot put a different quarterback on that offense and say that offense is going to be carried and played the way that it's been playing or that it's going to look like that. You just can't do that with the Buffalo Bills. So when you're looking at that Buffalo Bill team, you have to give that trophy to Josh Allen, in my opinion, because he's the most valuable player. But and also they were saying Patrick Mahomes. I heard Patrick Mahomes was the most valuable. If that's the case, you want to go most valuable. Patrick Mahomes is a legitimate argument, and I would say it is. I would say Lamar is. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you're looking at this. You know what I mean? We're trying to keep an open mind and looking at this whole situation and saying, okay, well, we got Lamar. You know what I mean? And you got Patrick Mahomes over there, but that defense, if anything, Chris Johnson, that defense is valuable. Spags is crazy. Their defensive coordinator is crazy. That defense is what the Chiefs is about. Now, when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, I think that's pretty much easy to say who the most valuable player is over there. I think we all can agree on who's the most valuable player with the Philadelphia Eagles, but you know what I mean? When we're looking at other things, you can't say that. You know what I mean? Other teams, you cannot say that Josh Allen was not the most valuable player to the Buffalo Bills. And when he's the most valuable player to the Buffalo Bills, now he falls in the category of the most valuable player. And I think he gets it, man. I think Josh Allen deserved it, man. But look, I'm not mad that he won it because look, I said he was gonna win it. So I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all that Josh Allen walked away with it. Not at all. Not a little bit. I think Josh Allen deserved it, man. I think so. When you look at it, overlooked a couple times, but the team getting so young at the time it did. The Buffalo Bills are a young team. They will be back. I don't know when they're going to get a Super Bowl, but the Buffalo Bills will be back. That team is young. See, that team ain't old. That team is not made up of old veterans plugged into certain spots on offense like at like the Kansas City Chiefs. No, they're not. That is a young team that's drafted their players and brought their young players there and is playing, and Sean McDermott is playing his players do and raising his Buffalo Bill players in that system, so they will be a problem because look, that's them. That's all the Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean? They got rid of I think they trimmed the fat, got younger, and now they're experienced. They got that push. Now they got that experience to know, okay, we go in this game and we can't make these choices in this game. We can't make the same mistakes as we made before. And they'll be better. I think the Buffalo Bills will be better. You know what I mean? Moving forward, they'll be back. They'll definitely be, for the next, at least next 4 or 5 years, the Buffalo Bills will be a force in the AFC, hands down. You know what I'm saying? Now, will we start seeing them on the down tick come 4 or 5 years? I don't know. But we'll see. All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think Josh Allen deserved that, man. So congrats to Josh Allen, man. Buffalo Bills fans, I got one, man. I think he deserved it. I'm a fan of Josh Allen, man. It's a beast. It's a dog. Um, and other NFL awards, the Coach of the Year went to Kevin O'Connell from the Minnesota Vikings. Kevin O'Connell, I think when we talk about Kevin O'Connell and what he was able to do with the Minnesota Vikings this year, I think was phenomenal. JJ McCarthy going down so early in the season, the way that happened, you know what I'm saying? Like the way that played out. And Sam Darnold, we like Sam Darnold's backing up for the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, their season's over. How many people said that? Like let's be honest, let's just be honest here, right? Let's not sit here and play the I knew Sam Darnold game was going to be good because there's no reason to believe Sam Darnold was going to be good. There's no reason for you to think that at all. There's absolutely, and if you're sitting there lying to yourself right now, you might need some help if you're saying it. But if you said it, then hey, I'm all for it. I'm okay with you saying that, and good for you. But the majority of us did not think that Sam Darnold was going to show up for the Minnesota Vikings and play the way that he played this year. Now, was he inexperienced in that game situation? Absolutely. So even though he's been in the league for 7 years, he's young when it comes to playing in those games like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what scares me about Justin Fields a little bit too. But we're talking about Kevin O'Connell and the way that he had this team, that he prepared this team and got this Minnesota Vikings team bought in to the system, bought into their defensive coordinator, their offensive coordinator, and the staff that he's brought there to help in Minnesota. Minnesota has absolutely been on the uptick for the past couple of years. They've been low key for the past couple of, about 4 or 5 years, they've been up on an uptick low key. I mean, O'Connell come in and they win 14 games. So shout out to him, man, getting Coach of the Year, man. I thought that they probably should have won. The Vikings probably should have been a lot better. I mean, but or should have went further into the playoffs. Anyway, I think they should have been playing for the NFC Championship. Um, because they were that good to me. I thought so, man. I like the Vikings. I like the way they looked. The attitude they came out with. Big Harrison fan, man. Big Harrison fan over here. But man, look, Kevin O'Connell, big ups. I think he deserved it. Um, could you have given that trophy to Andy Reid? Maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like sometimes you gotta let other coaches eat. But you know what I'm saying? But then you gotta say the same thing, like, okay, is Andy Reid the most is he the most valuable coach on that roster? I mean, yeah, you can argue that, but you could one can also argue that Spags is the Chiefs. When you think of the Chiefs, you think of that Chiefs defense and you think of Coach Spags. Spagnolia, right? Can he get coach of the year? I don't know. I never seen that happen, but damn it, he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? Because that defense over there is just crazy. Nick Sirianni with the Philadelphia Eagles could made a case for that. Could have made a case for Nick Sirianni. You know what I mean? He's been playing outstanding. That teams have been outstanding. Also, I think that the Philadelphia Eagles could have easily been in that conversation when a coach of the year when it comes up. Nick Sirianni could have been Mike Tomlin. I like Mike Tomlin. Regardless, we lose every year in the thing, but you got to remember, like building these, letting these old guys with these old tires. It's like putting old tires on a new car. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to get an old school, and if you're gonna build an old school, at some point, like you gonna have to, drop a new engine in that thing. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna roll around with these old tires and hope that we could just keep rolling on them from hundreds of miles and they ain't gonna burst open. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get new tires. Get new tires on your new car. You know what I mean? And I think that's what the Minnesota Vikings did, and I like what they doing, man. You know what I'm saying, with the offense, so I'm happy with them, man. Shout out to them, man. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jared Verse, and this shocked me because earlier this year I was given the Florida State Seminoles heck, and I gave, and rightfully so, I believe. You know what I'm saying? The way that they didn't play in the bowl game last year because they didn't want to play Georgia and they got blown out. And I think this says something about that. Now, this is something for a Florida State fan to be proud about, right? Because I'm like, now look at all the rookies that went to the NFL from the Florida State Seminoles, and now I'm eating well my words, right? Because Jared Verse has got defensive rookie of the year. He's played outstanding. He has. But when you're allowed to do what Jared Verse has done or what Miles Garrett is doing, they're not doing. You know what I mean? We'll see what Jared Verse, if he repeats and keep repeating on what he's doing when he doesn't have the supporting cast that he does have on that defensive line, right? You know what I mean? Because we know it's Miles Garrett is going to do it regardless. You know what I mean? Miles Garrett is always going to be doing what Jared Versus has done this year. And I'm not dissing it, but big ups to Jared Verse. Outstanding season, man. He's been harassing quarterbacks in the backfield, TFLs all season, and almost getting it, just causing havoc back there. And Florida State Seminole fans should be absolutely proud that y'all got something to look forward to this year. And Jared Verse gave y'all that, man. So shout out to him from the Los Angeles Rams. And they're building something over there, man. Straight up, man. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Comeback player of the year, Joe Burrow. And since you can't give Joe Burrow MVP and all the hard work that he has given, he got comeback player of the year. Do I agree with Joe Burrow getting comeback player of the year? No, I don't. I thought Sam Darnold should get. That is the true definition of a comeback player. Being injured, you know what I'm saying, and then coming back and playing, I think is like Joe Burrow. You've played at an MVP level before. You've been almost in a Super Bowl. You've played. You know what I mean. You've beaten the Chiefs a couple of times in the regular season. Joe Burrow is a great quarterback in the NFL, is one of the best out there. And we give him the comeback player of the year. The definition of comeback player, right? So this is kind of where they contradict themselves with the award to me, right here, right here. The comeback player of the year. Sam Darnold is a true comeback player. That is a true comeback player. He's never really missed because he's been on rosters, right? So can you really give him the comeback player? Because I mean, like, but in a slang sense, the word when we say comeback, sometimes we use it for slang, like, oh, he just came back up out of the shadows. Like, you know what I mean? His game has bounced back, but there's not a bounce back award. You know what I'm saying? So I guess all in all, guess I would have to agree. But it seems kind of eh. This one is like, you know what I mean? Because Sam Darnold is a comeback player. You know what I mean? Or most improved. I guess you could say most improved player. That's what Sam Darnold is. The most improved player. You know what I mean? Not the comeback player, but the most improved player. But the comeback player of the year going to Joe Burrow after he's been injured and banged up and coming in. I guess I would have to go with that because, but it's yeah, it's one of them type of things. You know what I'm saying going on there. I don't know if y'all agree with me or not. Let me know. Because that's just how I feel with that. I feel like that's one of those things. Like so. Moving on, offensive player of the year, Saquon Barkley. Yeah, most definitely, most definitely, man. I agree with this 100%, bro. Um, but let's talk about this, right? Because he's the most valuable player for the Eagles, right? On that team, period. Right. So he possibly could have got MVP. So since he didn't get MVP, is this just a saying that he's an offensive player? So, but doesn't Lamar Jackson kind of fit in that category too for offensive player? See, uh, uh, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy because it's going to Saquon. So I'm not mad that it's going to Saquon. He almost, you know what I mean? He almost broke the rushing record. Like no, I'm not upset about that at all. He almost broke the NFL rushing record that's been standing for forever. And now he's in the Super Bowl and he got Offensive Player of the Year. Once again, Lamar Jackson didn't get the Offensive Player of the Year. But am I mad that it went to Saquon and not Lamar Jackson? No, I'm not. But kind of like, Lamar's stats were amazing. His stats were amazing, and he's a quarterback. I mean, but his stats were amazing too, and he is a running back. Having a 2,000-yard season is not easy in the NFL by no stretch of the imagination. It is not easy. It ain't even easy for you to fantasize about 2,000 yards in the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. It's not even realistic. Like, those are dream numbers. You know what I'm saying? Those are dream fantasy numbers in the NFL. Like that's not an easy number to hit. But at the same time, I'm like, all right, mm, I guess I could, it's still, you know what I mean? To me, because Lamar, man, Lamar Jackson, quarterback, 4,000 yards, ran for almost another 1,000 through 35 touchdowns, something like that. Like, you know, like his stats was crazy. So I don't know, man, but Saquon getting it, I'm not mad at Saquon getting it. Barkley's a beast. Offensive player of the year, he got it, dog. I'm with it, man. Shout out to Saquon Barkley and the Eagles fans. I got one Eagles. You dig? I ain't mad at that. Defensive player of the year going to Patrick Surtain in second. Now, Patrick Surtain getting the defensive player of the year. Patrick Surtain. Um, Look, he's a beast, man. I'm not mad that he got defensive player of the year because when I look around in the NFL, you're not seeing players play with the passion that Patrick Surtain plays with. A lot of people playing in the NFL. Now, there's a lot of good cornerbacks, but are they passionately playing the way that Patrick Surtain is, the way that he hones his craft, the way he works with his craft, the way that he plays the game of football when he's in the game? Now, let's grant it. Like, I mean, George Pickens. I mean, if defensive player of the year is Patrick Surtain, George Pickens, he did pretty well on Patrick Surtain. So that's validity that we got one in Pittsburgh. We got to get some more weapons around him. Now, I mean, look, nothing from Patrick Surtain. Broncos fans, nothing from y'all and Patrick Surtain. I know we talking about that, but I got to slide that in there. I am a Steelers fan, but Steelers fans, we got one. George Pickens, we got one. The defensive player of the year had problems with guarding one of our receivers. If we do not get the weapons for Justin Fields on that offense with George Pickens, we are crazy. We got to get one because he Patrick Surtain will tell you he had problems with George Pickens, period, point blank. But Patrick Surtain playing the cornerback position everywhere on the field, always around the ball. I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it. Broncos fans, I got one. Y'all deserve it. Patrick Surtain, I like the way Patrick Surtain in second plays. I like the way he played the game. I wish that a lot of more pros played the way he played because then the NFL games will be exciting if they gave their all to what this Broncos team done. And I knew at some point that this Broncos team under Sean Payton was going to start showing up. They're just going to get better and better every single year. There are some great teams over there in the AFC West. Um, and they're building a dynasty over there. The AFC West, I think, is like, when it comes to the way that they play, I'm always nervous when I play the AFC West out of the AFC North. When that year comes, like this year when we play the AFC West, I'm always nervous, and I'm sure they are too. They like, well, we got the North. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's always been like that. But they building something good over there. They're building something great over there. Sean Payton, Elway, I believe, what I mean, you got Andy Reid over there, Spags over there. Now you go and add. Come on, man. Come on, man. They doing something over there, and Harbaugh's in that division too now. Yeah, they went and put some great coaches in that division. I like the AFC West, and I love what Patrick Surtain did. One more time for Patrick Surtain the second, man. And them Broncos fans out there, y'all got y'all one, man. Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Surtain the second, right? Um, Jaden Daniels getting Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, man, hands down, bro. Hands fucking down. Now look, I'm gonna give y'all a quick little, like, I think hands. He's a quarterback, right? Not to saying that this is a quarterback trophy, but Jaden Daniels, the way that Jaden Daniels prepared for this season, like, people were saying that he was the best quarterback. The Chicago Bears missed again, but not because it was because, and look, and the crazy thing is, Caleb even told y'all he didn't want to really go there, right? So that should have even let y'all know a little bit. Like, when there was rumors that he didn't want to go there, that should have let Chicago know, like, let's get Daniels. And there was a couple of people out there in the mainstream media, and a couple of people that were saying get Jaden Daniels, because you're looking at Caleb and you're like, you're taking somebody who's very similar to which I already have in a veteran in Justin Fields. Like, why not just keep Fields there, get the best available offensive rookie off the board, and let's go. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all was going to go quarterback, y'all should have went with Jalen Daniels, period. You know what I'm saying? They possibly could have got Joe O and the number one receiver off the board last year. You know what I'm saying? To help Field. But I'm no GM. I'm just a guy that sits back, you know what I'm saying, does my homework on stats and looking at players and watching film and giving my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a sports content creator at the end of the day. Um, and I like that Jaden Daniels got it. I do. I'm not, even though I took Bo Nix to really be something, and people underestimated Bo Nix. But you got to think, though, Jaden Daniels was really out there slanging that thing. Bo Nix was dinking and dunking. He threw a couple of deep passes. And I'm not twisting it up, and I'm not saying that, but Jaden Daniels took over that team. He led that team. That team was like Bo Nix. It was different with Bo Nix a little bit. You know what I mean? He kind of eased into the offense a little bit. They both made the playoffs, but I mean, come on, man. He took out the number one team in the NFL as a rookie. Like that, I don't care what stat. Like, sometimes stats don't tell the whole story. You know what I mean? They tell you a story, they give you a story. If you read them right, and then you got to do your research on top of it. You just can't look at the stats and look at the numbers and then just spew them out. You got to look at the numbers, and then you have to go and research that particular category that number was in. You have to look at, okay, this is why they say that. Why did they say his completion percentage is so high? How do you have a high completion percentage when you're doing screen passes all day, like how Shador Sanders and Bo Nix and all them guys did? They dink and dunk. You know what I mean? When you're throwing short passes, when you throw a screen pass, that is considered a pass if it's in front of you, right? Because they don't throw them behind each other no more, because if the receiver drops it or he fumbles it, that is now a live ball. So they make sure it's a pass when you throw them screen passes. Now, no, that's a pass. A half a yard, a quarter of a yard pass turning into a touchdown, it is considered a passing touchdown. It is a pass nonetheless. It goes on the stats as a pass. You know what I'm saying? So gotta be like, it don't tell everything. Gotta sometimes look at other things. But Jaden Daniels took over, bro. He's made play after play. He's played tough. He's, you know what I mean, resilient the whole way through. He's led that team like a veteran leader. He's not going nowhere with the Washington Commanders. I think that this is a fantastic pick. I think Bo Nix could have been in this category, offensive rookie of the year. I think he could have been there. I think he could have been there for rookie. You know what I'm saying? For real, offensive rookie of the year. I think he could have been up there. But then you got to make the case for who else was good on offense as a rookie. Brock Bowers was untamed. Brock Bowers was untamed, bro. Like, it couldn't nobody guard Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is going to be the league's best tight end next. If Brock Bowers stays healthy, ain't nobody in this league guarding Brock Bowers, man. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stop the presses. Stop the whole, like, ain't nobody guarding, bro. Brock Bowers will be the best tight end in this league, bro, for years to come. He stays healthy, bro, and he gets this, them little dinks and them little bruises after the game from being hit, 10, 20, 30 times a game. You know what I'm saying? Being hit by somebody running a 4-3 or 4-4 all game. You know what I'm saying? As long as he can stay healthy, take care of his body, Brock Bowers is going to be a problem in this league. Straight up. He's unguardable. He knows how to use his size and his weight on you too when he's running his routes. Just look at it. Look at how he's running his routes. Look, he blocks. He's everything, man. Brock Bowers is a problem, bro. He's a problem. And he definitely should have got some votes as rookie. He definitely should have got some votes from offensive rookie of the year, if in my opinion. But I'm not mad that Jaden Daniels got one. Jaden Daniels got it, man. He deserved it, man. Come on. I don't care about that. I know Bo Nix stats was better than Jaden Daniels, but there was a reason why his completion percentage and his stats were a little bit better than Jaden Daniels. But we're not, you know what I'm saying? When you looking at now, I'm going to look at what's on the field a little bit. Like, man, if we looking at for what's on the field and what he put up against and the teams he played. Now, granted, they both played the Steelers. They both lost to the Steelers, but I honestly, you know what I'm saying, let me keep your quiet as kept, you know what I'm saying, keeping it a whole buck. That Washington pass that Jalen Daniels might have threw, that might have been a first down, bro. That was close. You know what I mean? I thought that was a first down. I'm a Steeler fan, and I'm like, yo, like, I thought that was a first down. They might have beat us for real. We only beat them by a point. You know what I mean? We only beat them by a point. Remember when we played Denver, and I ain't saying nothing, but remember we played Denver, they called back a whole touchdown on us on some bullshit. Like, so, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, to each its own. Like, we really put it on the Broncos. Like, the Commanders was really playing us. Like, and he's a problem. Jalen Daniels is a problem. Hey, yo, watch the Commanders. Y'all got y'all one. Y'all deserve it. Shout out to y'all, man, and Jaden Daniels. Assistant coach of the year, Ben Johnson, Detroit Lions, man. I think Ben Johnson deserved it. But hey, a lot of people, let's not get it twisted, man. Let's not get it twisted. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You got brought in by a guy who's been leading the Detroit Lions to success for so many years. And Ben Johnson, I don't know what he's going to do in Chicago. He's learned from one of the best. So I'm sure that he's going to bring a culture to Chicago that's going to be held accountable type of, culture there in Chicago. And that brings a couple questions to me. Will that be okay with Caleb Williams? You know what I'm saying? Because the cultures that he's been in college, it has not really been, he's been with Lincoln Riley, and Lincoln's always had a decent offense, really never a good D, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. His teams was pretty tough in college, but I think SC with Caleb Williams should have been one of the best teams, and they always was losing some games, and I don't think he was held accountable a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, or for some of the things he's done. But he's a pro now, and in the pros, you got to kind of, I don't know if a lot of those guys would be with that over there in Chicago. I don't know what it is, but I do think that Ben Johnson will turn that team around. I think that they were a couple of plays away from winning some key games, and Ben Johnson, what he's done over there in Detroit, I'm gonna have to see it done in Chicago as a head coach. I'm gonna have to see what kind of staff he puts together, what kind of moves he makes, and how he has Caleb Williams and that team playing. because like let's not sit here and act like Chicago has not gotten good draft picks, some decent draft picks with offensive line, defensive line guys. They don't. It's not like they got the trash. They've been bad for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Not been good. You know what I'm saying? So they've been getting some decent picks. So we'll see what happens with Ben Johnson. But look, I'm not mad that Ben Johnson got it, man. You know what I'm saying? Assistant coach of the year. I didn't know that it actually, if you want to pick assistant coach, that Spags was probably more important than Johnson as an offensive coordinator. But hey, look, that they did what they did. That talent, that offensive line over there, great. Let's see if he can do the same thing. This is putting him on a pedestal, and I think this is kind of setting Ben Johnson up now. You know what I'm saying? You go from assistant coach of the year to the head coach of the, Chicago Bears, and if that offense don't work, you know what the headlines be saying. But hey, yo, Chicago fans, Detroit Lions fans, I got one. Um, Now that was just like some of the that was some of them right there. Some of the awards wasn't all of the awards, right? It wasn't all the NFL awards. I thought I thought all of them. It should have been a couple more, man. But look, I ain't mad about it. Like I like what I seen, man, up out of there, man. I definitely like what I like out there. TJ Watt was up in there for defensive player of the year. Miles Garrett was up in there, played good. Brock Bowers was right there for offensive rookie of the year. I think he probably should have got it. He, but nah, I mean, he couldn't have got it, but he was right there though, right there, right there. Sam Darnold was also there for comeback player of the year. Coach of the year, Kevin O'Connell got that. Dan Campbell was right there. Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, Andy Reid, they were all up there. Um, Ben Johnson ran that, you know what I'm saying? They all got it, man. Like, it's all good. It's all good. We seen a fantastic we seen some fantastic things tonight, man. I like it. I like what I saw, dog. I like what I saw. So I'm gonna go ahead to this X machine real quick, see what I got up on here. Bronny James, man. Let's talk about Bronny, man. Let's talk about Bronny. Yes, sir. We gotta talk about Bronny. Why do I gotta talk about Bronny? And why do I want to talk about Bronny, right? Because I think Bronny, look, y'all, I think Bronny gets unfair criticism, yo. Like I really do, yo. Like I ain't go front. Like I really think that this kid gets a lot of unfair criticism out there, man. Like I ain't even gonna front. Hold on, let me put him up here, put this video up here, and I'll kind of play it while I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? And, like ain't no sound on it or nothing. But I think I think Bronny, man, he went for 28 points, three like 5 rebounds, 3 assists or something like that in his game. As you can see, he was dunking all over him. I think he needs to have fun, and it seemed unfair that he gets a lot of this criticism because his dad was so good, came in the game, he dominated. Like we can't expect Bronny James and Bryce James to have the same hunger as LeBron James did. LeBron James came from Akron, Ohio, which is like a suburb, like a small town outside of Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Not too far from Cleveland, but you know what I'm saying? The Cleveland area. Single mom in the hood, trying to get his way out of there. Way hungrier. You know what I'm saying? Like way hungry. The hunger's different, bro. You know what I'm saying? The hunger was different in Braun, like, you know what I'm saying, than what it is in his sons, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool. And that's cool. Like, and the same things with your kids. If you're living a good life right now, your kids, you raise them to not have that same hunger, that same drive. They're not gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And that doesn't just go for just sports. That goes for everything in life. We went through what we went through in life. And as we became adults, we was like, I don't want to put, and if we, as we had kids, we're like, I don't want to put my children through of anything of what I went through. I'm never ever going to have like unless the power goes out by a transformer going down or anything. I'm not gonna let my lights be cut off because I had to sacrifice something else, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like any little thing, that you may have went through and you don't want to pass down to yours. Like, and you're doing a fantastic job because they don't have to go through that, but they don't got that same hunger, that same drive, and that's why they don't. So there's other ways of instilling that hunger and drive, but it's not the same of going through that raw emotion of not having everything there, of having to, you know what I'm saying, take the the toothbrush to your shoes to clean them for school, bro. Cause you know you ain't getting a new pair until next year income tax time. Like, come on, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? That the hunger different. It's different, bro. Different responsibilities. Like, we grew up faster. We had to mature faster. You know what I'm saying? It's different, and that's okay that we're not raising our children like that. And when you sit there and question yourself why they don't have that hunger, because there's other ways you gotta install it in them, and sometimes you just gotta let them wait it out. But he shits on these G League bums all the time because you can see he's having fun. To me, he's having fun out there when he's playing a game of basketball. He's playing different. Like, he's just having fun. When he's out there with the NBA, he plays with a different attitude, bro. It's different. Like, he's playing, it's like it's way more serious. It's like a lot of pressure being put on him when he's in that Lakers uniform when he moves up, bro. You feel me? But I think he just got to go back to just, having fun with the game. Like, you ain't got, like, look, you ain't got shit to lose, Bronny. Bronny ain't got shit to lose. Who the fuck do Bronny got to impress out there? Who? Nobody. He ain't got nobody to impress. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he don't want to let his dad down. So the pressure of that, you know what I'm saying? His shot is all because he damn sure could shoot. We know Bronny could shoot. You know what I'm saying? He ain't shoot a lot in college because he had that heart surgery or whatever, but he 100% healthy now. But he damn sure could shoot. He ain't no bum. I just don't think he a bum, and I can't wait until Bronny really, comes out of his shell. You know what I'm saying? It comes into his manhood, his true manhood. Because we also got to remember that this kid is young. Like, Bronny's young for real. Like, he's still finding himself and who he really truly is. You know what I'm saying? He's still in that transition of, like, that final step of, like, who I'm going to be for the rest of my life as a man. Can I still hold on to some of these things from childhood? And absolutely, you can hold on to things from your youth. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see grown ass men like myself and other people with braids still in their fucking hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, some people just do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, bro, like, it ain't no shame to it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can admit the things that you're going through, that, like, but he's going to, and I can't wait till he go through it because he takes a lot of heat, bro, because of who his dad is. Like, he's not gonna be LeBron, but yeah, and people shit on LeBron, like going to 10 straight NBA finals, whether he won the motherfuckers or not. Like, that's hard as hell to do. Ain't nobody else going to no 10 straight fucking NBA finals. What are we talking about? That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. We don't even get that same shit to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, I think he's been in like the last couple of Super Bowls back to back. He ain't win them all, but he ain't win them all. That shit's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that it's not easy. He went to 10 straight. Like, we have a player in the NBA, bro, who has in this modern, in the most modern era that we can go to, bro, we could look at, that has went to 10 straight NBA finals. Now, winning them, and it don't even matter, but he did it at other teams. And we're gonna knock him because he ain't win them. He ain't win them. So what? Fuck it. They went, bro. Like, you know how hard that is. Like, man, what the fuck are we talking about? I don't even get it sometimes with some people. Like, I think some people are just born haters. I think that's hate. Like, that's just born. You just be born haters. Like, that's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I critiquing somebody on some things and that he do. It's cool. Like, nah, he don't be having the best games. Like, and I think it's a mental block there. I don't know if it, because he's the only person he's really trying to impress is his dad. He ain't got to press none of us out here. Nobody that got an opinion don't matter, because he ain't got to press that. Like, he might be trying to impress his dad, but at the same time, like, and I think his dad know that too. Like, man, we out here, man. You here, son? Let's have fun. Fuck that. Let's have fun. We here. Like, you here. And once he starts having fun and he loosens up and he finds who his self is, it's gonna be a problem. Then we gonna hear a whole bunch of dick riders about Bronny. He gonna remember and have receipts too of everybody that was talking shit on him. I know it, because he's shitting on them G League bums, bro. He's dropping 28, bro, on them all day now. And I don't even want to say the G Leagues is bums because there's people that can't play in the G League, but maybe you should go overseas too with it. Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you should go overseas with it too. You feel me? Get a little bit of that experience. You feel me? Because there's some ballers that's overseas, but mind you, there's some ballers that's overseas that can't get into the NBA. But there's politics in going to those pro teams. There's politics in that because there's probably some people that do play overseas that should be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? That should be in the league right now. Two-way players, so forth and so on. That don't got it because the politics of this shit. You know what I mean? Um, but he will bounce back. He will do it. I think he will bounce back. And if not, I think his little brother, Bryce, is going to come in the league and he's going to let it on fire. And I hopefully they can see both of the brothers on teams. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to see Bryce and Bronny on the same squad in the pros because I think Bryce is going to go to college, which is the right thing to do. I don't know if Bronny can go back to college. He's still eligible. He still got eligibility, but once you declare for the draft, and I want somebody to answer that question for me down in the comments because I'm not too sure on it, and I don't think it's done for me saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like I could sit here and research it. You know what I mean? I could research it. I could do that, but I want somebody to answer that question for me. Could after you declare for the NBA draft, is it possible for you to go back and play college basketball? You know what I mean? Is it still possible for him to do it? Maybe we'll see that. You know what I mean? Because I don't think it'd be done. I don't think so. I just don't. I don't think it should have came out. I don't agree with him coming out, but I mean he's here now. He just got to adapt to the league. He just got to get that killer instinct in him. That's it. He's got to have that killer instinct in the NBA like that. It kind of takes the fun out of the game, the mentality that you have to have, and that's what's crazy. That's what's so crazy about LeBron, how LeBron was able to have the attitude he got, but even still, he's still painted as the villain because of the things and the weight that he holds and the things he can make. You know what I mean? Because it turns you into a monster. Once you get to the NFL and the NBA, like the game is like, how do you find joy in the game when you become a professional athlete? How? Where's the joy in that? Because I mean, it's a game that we all love playing, that we love watching, that we love playing as kids, and you make it, and all you ever wanted to do was be in the NBA or the NFL. But once you see these players in the NFL, like they love the game, and a lot of them play it because they there. But how do they consistently stay there without turning into a monster? You know, because of the things that the media, the business, and the things will drag you through. Like, how do you keep joy? I think Bronny will find his. I think he'll find his niche, man. I think he'll find this thing out there, man. I'm rooting for him to find it, man. Cause I'm a big LeBron James fan, and I know he's not gonna ever be his father. And I think once he realizes that he's gonna be himself and he has to paint his own thing, and when he really figure that out for himself, and not because LeBron's saying it or somebody else is saying it, it's gonna be all right. He's gonna be all right. It's going to be all right, man. Um, I think like I think a couple other topics, man, that I wanted to talk about was like first of all, it was the women's basketball. College basketball is absolutely becoming one of the most one of the most trending things, like, oh, even over the men's, and I make videos about the women's, but I think it's starting to trend hard. I think it's starting to trend very hard, bro. And I don't blame it, man. And I don't blame them because and the NBA is dying, bro. They need something so bad to happen in the NBA, bro. For real, bro. They need something so bad, bro. To the point where I mean, I like the trades that has went down. And I think that may bounce things back and intrigue people to start watching again, right? Maybe. But they have been on an uptick of trending, and I think that there's been some trades going on there, and that WNBA also that's intriguing, I think, to what I'm saying, to some people. Um Brittany Griner, I think, moved down to the Atlanta Dream. Kind of baffles me. But I think that the Indiana Fever with Caitlin Clark is about to be crazy. I think that's about to go crazy, to be honest, because they're building up a squad. I want to see where this draft class goes. This class that's coming out. Miles from Notre Dame, she'll be coming out. I wonder where she's going to go. I think Chicago needs a guard, so I think she'll probably end up at Chicago. The Chicago Sky, they need a guard, so I think that's a good place for Miles. Anisha Morrow is a beast. She could play the forward, she could play the 3 or the 4, and she could shoot, and she could rebound really well. Um, I don't know, but that seems like something that the Fever might be going at. But whatever squad she go to, that's gonna go crazy. Because Anisha Morrow is probably gonna get drafted. Um, I don't know if Lauren Betts is coming out this year or not, but Betts, I don't know if Betts is going to be that dominant in the league or not. I don't know. I don't know, because in the league it's different. You know what I'm saying? Those bigs in the league, Brittany Griner and all them, they different. Well, of course, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little bit different for Betts to in there. There's some more players out there though that I think that are moving on, and I want to see how they do, because you got Raven. I think Raven Johnson, Tiana Pow. A lot of them are moving up, and there's a lot of guards that's going to be coming out. So the play in the WNBA is going to be crazy. I think it's going to be lit, and they're rising up a little bit, bro. Like women's sports is taking over, bro. And they let the women play harder than the men, bro. Let me just keep it a buck. Like they make less bread than the men, and they play harder than the men. So to say that you don't watch it or you won't watch it, I think it's slightly disrespectful, because they play harder than the men, bro. Like, no, we ain't seeing them dunk. And if they do dunk, then I think it's gonna be a wrap, because they play hard. They let them play. And I hope that they don't take that out of there, because they let them play, bro. Ain't none of that pity pat foul shit. Like, you gotta really foul somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like a foul in the WNBA would be a flagrant for the men. A flagrant one for the men. Like, straight up, like, it's crazy. Or like a flagrant, whatever the lowest grade of flagrant is. That's what it would be. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the Luka trade. I didn't get to talk about the Luka trade, right? Luka Doncic, right? Luka to the Lakers. That was huge this week, right? I seen the timeline going crazy, man. I seen the Discord going crazy. I seen a lot of stuff, and I'm like, wow, Luka to the Lakers. And Anthony Davis leaving. I think that trade, yo, to be honest, like, I think the Lakers won that trade, bro. And here's why I think they won it, right? I think I'm going with the age. I'm going with the age dynamic here. That's what I'm going with here when I say this, because when I talk about this, I'm going with the age dynamic, because I think that Luka's younger, and they say he might be out of shape, but Luka Doncic, don't that motherfucker be Luka be dropping crazy numbers, bro. Like crazy numbers. Like, I mean, like hold up. Luka be dropping crazy numbers, bro. Like, he drops unreal numbers, bro. Like, Luka just don't be dropping, you know what I'm saying? He just don't be dropping it. Like, how much he scores his defense high, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. That's okay to me. Now, I don't know if they got rid of Connect. I don't know if that's rumored or not, but I should probably look up, but you could tell I'm just kind of, you know what I mean, up here and there doing my thing. But I don't think that that's a bad trade at all. You know what I mean? Don't Connect there now, and then you got you got this man over here playing ball, bro. Man, listen, bro. Like, it's about to be a cold rap. It's about to be a cold rap in LA, bro. For the simple fact, Luka Doncic over there and LeBron. I think this, and I said this, and people always say my ideas is the things I say is crazy, make me feel crazy, right? And that's why, number one, I have my own channel, because I like speaking on things that really opens your mind to things and possibilities and things happening, and trying to make sense of those things, because I don't think that something somebody would say out of their mouth is dumb. Now, some people get a kick out of laughing about it and so forth and so on. That's crazy. But when I said LeBron moving to center, people were crazy. Like he already plays that position regardless. He plays all five positions on the floor. You can put LeBron at anywhere on the floor. But you would say that's small ball if he's in that. But he's older now, right? He's getting up there in age. But LeBron can play the five. I mean, he's already playing the four now anyway. I don't think LeBron was playing I think he was playing up the power forward point when he was controlling the ball. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that LeBron was for the past couple of years been still playing small forward like how he was early on. You know what I mean? His athleticism, his speed has taken a decline. I don't think his athleticism has. And in that case, I think LeBron can guard a lot. Hell yeah, LeBron can guard every center in the league right now. It has as soft the league has got and how soft these motherfuckers is at center. Hell yeah, LeBron. I think if LeBron could guard all of them. Why couldn't he? And we always say this defense is suck, but how? We seen that man climb and block shots. We seen him block shots. All you gotta do is contest somebody's shots or pin a shit against the backboard. I think he'll be one of the best fives, one of the best centers. Why not play center? Especially when Luka's on the floor. Y'all go small. I guess it'd be small with this tall ass controlling the ball. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, they just take turns controlling the ball. No, LeBron, get down there in the damn post. Get dirty, get grimy, get that. You know what I'm saying? You got age on everybody, so you already know how to make the moves. Let Luka, you know what I mean? Luka take control of the team. It's Luka's team now. They traded AD. This was AD's team. They was saying that, but they saying no, this is Luka's team now. So they're going to build the team around Luka Doncic. I think it's a good trade. Put LeBron down there at the five and let LeBron go to work down there with some of the dirty work, do his thing. I think Bam Adebayo from the Heat. I think he's like the same height as LeBron right now, but he's not as big as LeBron, right? LeBron's like more stockier, like more muscular than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not? That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. I mean, you can't say that the LeBron is not a modern center because he absolutely is. He can shoot. He can control the ball. You know what I'm saying? His handles is better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's Joker's type status. And then who's going when you got the center controlling the ball and you got him you got LeBron at the five, he controlling the center and he watching the center. You know what I mean? He's a little bit quicker. So, you know, his hands is a little bit quicker than what the average centers is. It's gonna cause a lot of problems for some people. Some people's bodies gonna cause problems for him, but I think LeBron is, yeah. I don't see a lot of centers in this league better than him. I think there might be two that I could think of off top that it would be on his level, and that's Joker and Antetokounmpo. But other than that, peace. Wembyana's on his way, but I don't think he's quite there yet. Because I think LeBron will put the smarts on him at a point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. What are we talking about? Like, and I think that'll work great. So I think that'll be great for them. And they got years to go, and they're going to keep getting better and better as time goes on, and they're going to keep getting picks. I hope that they still got connect there. Um, I think who was still shopping around, man. I think there was some more people that was getting shopped around, and I think that I was like Jimmy Butler. Did Jimmy Butler get signed yet? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if Jimmy but oh yeah, Jimmy Butler. I think he's going to the Warriors. But I'm about to look right now. So I'm about to look at the trades right now. Like, so we about to see, about to try to take a look at the trade. So February 6th. Okay. So this is some of the trades for this year. The Wizards acquire Smart from the Grizzlies. So they got Smart via Grizzlies, the Wizards. They got Kobe Jones from the Kings, and they got Alex Liss from the Kings, and they got a 2025 first round pick from the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies, they received Marvin Bagley III, Johnny Davis from the Wizards, and 2 second round picks. I think that was a good trade for them. Try to get Ja and them some help down there. I think that was all right. The Kings received Jake Revere from the Grizzlies. Official release for the Wizards. The Raptors land Ingram in a 3-player deal. They got Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans. Oh, they gonna build around him. Wow. Wow, he's still getting traded. That's crazy. The Pelicans got Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk, first round pick, and the second round pick. Okay. Okay. All right. So they're trying to build for the future. The Warriors acquired Butler from the Heat. So they got the Heat. So they got Jimmy Butler. The Warriors did. I think that helps them. Jimmy buckets, 2 second-round picks from the Heat, and cash considerations from the Heat. You know what I'm saying? There's some deals that might go on. The Heat receive Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson from the Warriors, and Davion Mitchell from the Raptors. Damn, Heat got way better. I don't know. I mean, look, the Heat they got some role players, bro. He just got some role players. They got some guys. So I get it twisted. Kyle Anderson, Andrew Wiggins, and Davion Mitchell from the Raptors. I mean, look, they they got some they got some role player good. They good role players, bro. The Jazz got Josh Richardson from the Heat, KJ Martin from the Pistons from the VA Sixers. 2028 second round pick, 2031 second round pick from the Heat, and a 22nd round pick from the Pistons, 2028. And damn, so the Jazz, they trying to build for the future. The Pistons got Lindy Walters, third from the Warriors, Dennis Schroeder's from the Jazz. All right. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what Dennis Schroeder and them got to kind of do over there because they got my guy PJ Tucker from the Jazz went to the Raptors. So the Raptors just got Brandon Ingram, PJ Tucker. That's crazy. That's all right. DeAndre Hunter went to the Cavs. Oh my goodness. They just want the Cavs in there. The Cavs needed somebody like that, the big that's gonna be playing that defense. And DeAndre Hunter got defense. Like, yeah, I like that for the Cavs. I like that from the Cavs. Yes, let's go, Cavs. I think, hey, look, DeAndre Hunter going there, that's no slight, bro. That's no slight, bro. Like they got like they building something over there. Like, come on, man. DeAndre Hunter. Like he was the shit down there with the Hawks a couple years back. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no slouch. Come on, bro. Wasn't no slouch. I just think he got tired of shit down there. And now he's that. Come on, up there, about to be going crazy up there, bro. About to be going crazy. They're getting our bench together because I know they're trying to compete in the East, especially with the Celtics. I think the Celtics is like the like for real. I think the Celtics the only ones that they've lost other games, but the Celtics in the 7 game series, I think is the only team that really can beat the Cavs. But I like that pick, DeAndre Hunter. They try to, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see what Hunter could do. We'll see if he'd be able to slow him down in the 7 game series. We'll see what they do. They better go far. They should go to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. I think so. Hawks received Karis LeVert, George Nang, three second round picks and 2 pick swaps. So they got some swaps. Um, I don't know. The Hawks need to get up on it. I don't know what they're gonna do in the draft, but the Don't Connect is gone. That's what I was pissed about. Don't Connect gone. And I don't know. The Lakers got Mark Williams, but come on, man. They let Don't Connect go. I, but I don't know. He's a good catch and shoot guy. He is. I like Cam Reddish and Don't Connect going there. I think the Hornets is getting stronger. 2031 unprotected first round pick. Um, I like the first round pick. 2030 pick swap. Um, they building for the future and they getting some guys down there now because LaMelo is going to be one of the damn superstars in the league for sure. He's up on the rise right now. I really like what those Charlotte Hornets is able to do right now. They've been putting in some work. Melo's unguardable. And what you gonna do, like when he's drawing attention from 2 guys, and you got Cam Reddish and Don't Connect sitting out there because Cam got a nice mid game underneath game, and then you got Don't Connect with the 3 ball. That's gonna be crazy. The Bucks got Kyle Kuzma, Jericho Sims, 2025 second round pick, and a 2026 second round pick. Chris Middleton. I just think the Bucks just got younger for real. The Bucks just got younger in that small forward position. Somebody could play the 5. Kyle Kuzma. with Kyle Kuzma there. We'll see what he do. See if he can help. Like his skill set absolutely says he can help that team. You know what I mean? That his skill set, Kyle Kuzma's skill set for the Wizards, absolutely says that everything about him helping the Bucks, Antetokounmpo, and them get over that hump. Now, I do think they messed up when they let go of my mans and them. You know what I'm saying? I do think that they messed up, but you know, getting rid of their point. But they be all right. They'll be all right. We'll see what happens. I in Kyle Kuzma. That's a step in the right direction, I think, for them. Um, don't like what the Wizards are doing. Don't know if they want to win, man. Don't know if they want to win, bro. They seem like they got a 2028 first round pick swap, but I don't know if they want to win or not, man. I question what the Wizards are doing in the NBA, bro. Uh Delon Wright via Bucks and draft rights to Hugo Benson via Bucks. Oh, yeah, the Knicks and they got cash considerations there. They getting better. Yep. Mm-hmm. The Spurs got Patrick Baldwin Jr. from the Wizards and cash considerations. So the Clippers got Brandon Bogova. The Hawks got Terrence Mann, Bones Highland, 2025 second round pick, 2026 second round pick, 2027 second round pick. Damn. Damn. Okay. I knew they was building for the future. You know what I'm saying? I had a feeling they was building for the future. The Bucks get Porter Jr. from the Clippers, Kevin Porter Jr. The Clippers got Marjan Beauchamp from the Clippers. And I mean from not from the Clippers, excuse me, from the Bucks, I believe. PJ Tucker, well, the Raptors got PJ Tucker, Davion Mitchell. We talked about that already. We already talked about a lot of these picks, I think, at the top. The ones that KJ Martin was with the Jazz right now. Nurkic is now the Suns dealt him 2026 first round pick. That next year first round pick the Hornets get from the Suns, and they got Nurkic. That's gonna help them in the paint. They got rid of Cody. They gave up Cody Martin and Miamic and a 2026 second round pick. I think they trying to help me. Like I said, it's gonna help. I think it's gonna help. James Wiseman, that's who the Raptors received from the Pacers. The Pacers just got a 2026 second round pick. Cody Zeller, 2028 second round pick go to the Rockets from the Hawks. And then the Hawks received draft rights to Alpha Cabal. Cabal. They want those overseas players, bro. They want those overseas players bad, bro. They be problems, man. I think that's where people should go before they go to the G League. I just got really talking about that earlier with you know, when I was talking about Bronny a little bit. I think that's somebody that's a place people should go. Reggie Jackson is now with the Wizards in the 2026 first round pick from 76ers. Jared Butler is going to the 76ers. They get a 2027 second round pick, 2028 second round pick, and two second round picks in 2030. The Celtics receive a 2031 second round pick. Rockets receive Jaden Springer, 2027 second round pick, 2030. Sorry. Jonas Valanciunas went to the Kings. That's going to help that squad. Okay. All right. All right. For City Cisco. I like it. I like it, bro. And the Thunder receive Daniel Theus and a 2030 first round pick for the Pelicans. The Pelicans is trying to get younger, better, and fast. We'll see what happens with that. Kind of talked about the last time I think I talked about college hoops, the women's on the women's side. It was a little bit kind of confusing though, low key, but I talking about the rankings a little bit, and this was kind of off a little bit on it, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, man, I shit. The rankings is a little bit off, but we see I seen some crazier things happening around. That was the NBA and everything, and I think I talked about that stuff. And it's still the same thing going on with our Steelers, with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those out there, people out there that like the Pittsburgh Steelers and been coming to me for some of the news. I don't, it's still the same thing that's going on. Should we get rid of Justin Fields, or should we bring in, you know what I mean, or should we bring in a new quarterback? Now they talking about us picking they say we should pick a cornerback in the first round. Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't dissing a DB, so we could get a DB in the first round. Like, no, 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 no. You don't go DB in the first round, bro. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I ain't gonna front. Like in this draft, like you don't gotta reach for the talent, but we need talent on the outside, so we got to get the best available. And I do think that Mbuka will be available, and if he's not, I think Restrepo's there, and I think you got to go look at and get Nick Nash. We got to get those big body receivers on the outside. Um, we do, because I think our offensive line is going to get better because they were young, and there's some pieces that's still there with the team that's going to be able to help contribute this year. And I think that will be ready this year to become a starter and to be, either shit or get off the pot, you know, type of deal. Still the same thing, man. I think we got to get better in the perimeter, man. Got to give him what he's never had. Go roll with the veteran quarterback. Give Najee this deal, and let's roll. If you give Najee the deal, if you give Najee the deal, right? Najee Harris the deal, and we signed the two quarterbacks back. You got to go get some more offensive help. You got to get some more weapons. You got to get some weapons on that offense. The defense was kind of tiresome. I'm not mad about DB, but I think we'll still be able to get a DB, man. Still think so. Yeah, I still think so. And we don't want to be, waiting to get the 52nd best person. Like there's no reach for no offensive players. A lot of guys are dropping off the board. Defensive players, I think the best ones is going to be gone in the first 20 picks. It's all about needs, and I think we need a receiver more than we need a cornerback. But y'all let me know down in the comments, man. Kicking it with y'all for a minute. That's the end right there. With that, peace, man. Have a good one.